Alright, so Thursday, it's a little after 6 p.m. I'm a little late getting down here today. I heard yesterday that they wanted to start the community meeting at 5, but things aren't super organized. So the normal time is usually 6 p.m. or so. 20 minutes late or so. I'm just gonna head straight there. Yeah, the medic station is completely gone. There's 0 medics there. I want to check out by the police station later, because yesterday there was the idea for the fence to move over there. It's definitely less comfortable there. It's a hard surface. Soundtrack to the chop there. Looks like the format with the small circles.
Occupying a police precinct right now with what's happening without looking at incredible consequences. I think the people that are occupying are gonna inevitably be kind of white allies that have a different spin. But I wanted to throw that out there. But okay, so other topics. Can people raise their hands that have ideas for other topics? Because we've established security as a thing. There was a piece of paper that went around for a sign up. And yeah, we could go around in circles talking about. Yeah, we'll finish this, and then if you have other topics pertaining to the direct short-term things that happen around here, like porta potties, garden, whatever, then raise your hand and let's present new topics.
The national movement across the United States for direct vote. Okay? What that means is we would represent ourselves. We would determine what the majority opinion is on anything.
Very organized today.
Or anything of the problems that have been brought up here today. And it can start right here in Seattle.
My clarifying question is, Sarah, were you talking about the possibility of moving inside of the precinct or just simply occupying outside of the precinct when you said that?
That you can pick up on your cell phone and in your living room and then vote with the radio station being the hub. And you might make a note of one voice now, because already across the country cities are looking at the possibility of a public radio station being the hub for direct vote. And to be able to inform us on different matters. So there's already a movement underway, and I just visualize here in Seattle and across the country holding up signs saying direct vote, because I see it as the only solution to our problem. Is if we rule. If we rule. Okay, we're not going to have any more horrible injustice in this country, because the majority of people in this country are compassionate and loving and beautiful. Run that by you. Look, right now, I
Defense Council, and I want to suggest that tomorrow when we have this assembly, that in addition to short, medium, pod, we have a specific security group, so that there's so much to say here, and like people need to get together. So can we do like a raise of hands on anybody who would be interested in that? Like a, okay, so my idea is tomorrow, People Assembly, have another circle specifically for security. Can you get hands? Are we gonna like half people here? Okay, maybe not. We can maybe vote on it tomorrow.
I was at Kent State when those were shot, okay?
Okay, sweet.
I began to compile with 100 friends the great mandate, which
In case you got here late, I don't know who you are, I'm sorry. In case you got here late, there was a list that went around with people who are interested in being a part of security. I have that list. I'm taking point on that. If you have problems, questions, ideas, brilliance, talk to me about it.
What's your name?
My name is Mashad. I'm going to be here afterwards. Come find me, please.
Another really quick announcement because there's a different people here. There's a signal group for People's Assembly. I guess I'll start passing the list around because there's so many folks. So we can add you to that if you feel like you want to. And then I guess one topic I want to add to the group for after right now is the like actual events of organizing that can happen as soon as tomorrow that would rally people to come here, because right now we're just kind of here for the assembly, but like how do we rally the troops, you know?
thank you for what you're doing.
Hi, I'm Lex. I prefer they run pronouns also. And I really appreciate everything more on topics, and I wonder if for tomorrow's meeting we could introduce more hand signals. I really like hand signals in meetings. Orion has been in a meeting that I have facilitated, and I don't know if you have like reflections on that, but I feel like hand signals help with prioritizing stack of the kind of information that's coming out and being able to have like really short points of information be said, like people who are like, I was on security so I can speak to this, and so then the flow of the conversation can go a little better. And also at the beginning of the meeting, perhaps like to have that question about what are all the topics we want to talk about, and making sure there's enough space for them. Or if it's like, yeah, we want to talk about security, and there's a lot of people who really want to focus on that, because that is a big place where CHAZ is getting really bad press, right? And we're getting like kind of shamed for not being able to solve the problems ourselves that we are feeling like the community and those systems in place do not provide for us in a way. So I am curious about like kind of unifying the visions of CHOP and being able to also send those out to the public in some way, and have like, I know that not everyone agrees on tactics, and there's definitely diversity here and like a leaderful movement, and that's awesome, but there's some things like community agreements you were saying, like do we want to have like drug-free areas of the parks? Do we want to have kind of zones? And what, you know, if the goal, what is the goal of the occupations? Are we trying to prefiguratively model what a community without police could look like? And what does that look like? You know, does that look like empowering all of us to be de-escalation trained and stuff, and not just having one security force that's centralized, but really empowering the people? So I'm just thinking about all those things. And I also wanted to say real quick, I don't know about time, but I am really interested in the media aspect of things too, and me and a friend have been out here like interviewing people sometimes, and we have like a radio station that we're starting around that, and I really want that platform to just be used by anyone who's creating, like having conversations and creating people's-based media. So if you have media like that and you want to send it to me, I just want like to put all that stuff in one place, especially people who are speaking to you know, what the point of this is, and how people are organizing from within and really showing the power that's being created here to combat the media propaganda around it.
There's a Mac.
Okay, so I heard somebody say, I don't think they're here anymore, but I heard somebody say, I don't know, quote unquote, I don't know why the cops gave us this precinct. I've been hearing that around sporadically for the past few weeks. It bugs me. I firmly believe that they did not They didn't give it to us. We took it. We took it by nonviolent means, but we took it. We were there in the thousands and in the over 10,000 day in and day out, and we kind of left them with no other choice. It was an untenable situation. They were spending too many resources. The people took it, and if the people are organized, they can take it again. I see a clarifying question over there. You want to shout it? I hear you. But we're also government officials. I think Durkin said it was an exercise in trust and de-escalation, quote unquote. So the fact, the narrative that they gave it to us is a co-opted narrative it's not our narrative, and it's not what happened. The people were able to take it, were able to create a situation where the state had no choice but to give us the police station because this community wanted it not to be there as a police station so badly for just reasons. And yeah, I wanted to say something else, but I'll leave it there. Oh wait, clarifying question.
Why is there a lawsuit from the surrounding business owners on shop right now if the community wanted this to be here? Why is there a lawsuit, a collective lawsuit with over 5 businesses and 75 homeowners around here, as well as renters, that are suing against shop because the city
I'll answer.
because the city didn't get them out of it? What's going on with that?
I can answer that. My opinion on the answer to that question. That to me, I don't think that's necessarily a clarifying question. That's a little bit different, but I'll answer it anyway. I think that when we came in here, we had the community support. The community was for us. They hated the police for gassing them and their kids over and over again. And then, because we were not organized, because we did not have a people's assembly every day, we fell apart. There were certain elements of us that didn't care about the neighbors at all. There were certain elements of us that did. There were certain elements of us that weren't even thinking about it, and they were blasting music in the morning. We were just not organized. We weren't on the same page. We weren't able to act accordingly with the community that wanted us to be there in the first place. And I think that can change. Now that we are having a people's assembly every day, now that we are organizing, getting on the same page, we can create a community that the residents, the surrounding residents will be down with. I think that can change. It will take a lot of outreach and it will take work on our part, but I think it can change.
Problems we are facing right now is the privacy. People will start taking pictures, filming, people that definitely one of us doesn't like to be on a TV or in the newspaper or anything, see our face. People will start judging us like, we are protesters, we are whatever, Twitter says, whatever, Insta says. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah, and I ask people, to stop filming us, stop taking pictures, and I really appreciate that.
As a facilitator, I'm also going to take a second to have a vibe check of who is camping out here? If you feel comfortable just raising your hand. Okay. And one more thing. Who comes here at least 4 times a week? Raise your hand. All right. Just deeply invested people. Just.
And then next is Farmer.
Hi, my name is Sophia. I camped here essentially. I've been here for a little under 2 weeks. My question is about the newly started organization called the Black Collective. What is it? I would hope so. I'd like to learn more
I'd like to learn more to determine if that's a suitable option for me to join, if it's a good fit, what it consists of, and then I watched the press briefing. So I was just really inspired by those voices, and I'm hoping that it's going to take a more organizational lead, which I have a lot of skills in. But yeah, I'm just curious to learn more about it. This is the first day that I've heard about such a thing. I checked out the website. It's still in the works. It's up, but it's still in the works. I'd love to just get my nails into that.
If you are Black, Indigenous, or a person of color and you are interested in just signing up to be part of this Black Collective Voices that are going to be actively working with all allies, please ask Marcus to put your name down with your phone number, because this is not a closed group in any way.
Hello. Yeah, so first thing, for fear of too many criticisms, I just want to spread some love and gratitude to the people here and try to like bring a little bit of that in to our conversation. It's so cool to see people here every day committed to the cause. One of my like initial reactions is yesterday at the not the People's Assembly, but the thing that happened before. I just wonder, like, what does it communicate to us that a man with 3 guns controls the microphone? I find that really awkward. I don't think that is really in line with like maybe the idea of what this starts as, right? Like a man with 3 guns is controlling the microphone and steps in anytime he wants to talk. That sends a message to all of us that is awkward, that is oppressive. I can't speak for all, but personally, the idea that this man is like controlling this microphone. Go ahead.
What I believe you're referencing is what was happening yesterday, before the People's Assembly happened, and it's happened before, and it's labeled, it's confused with the People's Assembly. Maybe it was an event that was scheduled at the same time, and people were there thinking they were there for the same event, but they weren't. Maybe they just showed up and rolled into our event. I'm not sure. But when that happens, when there are people showing up and speeching for 10 minutes, and that dude with the guns and yelling on the mic, that is not a People's Assembly. This is a People's Assembly. A lot of people are misinformed, which is why there are so few people here. We have to spread the idea that this is what the People's Assembly is. When people are showing up for the People's Assembly, this is what we're going to get. Not the person with the 3 guns yelling into the mic for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so let's keep an eye on that guy. Just one more thing about the security. Like, hanging out here during the day, we got to think about ways to fill up the day with activities that are like that create culture. Like, this is not just about, hey, how do we police each other? This is about, hey, how do we do things that build our identity, that celebrate the things that we're doing. I was thinking maybe like basketball tournament would be a cool thing. Like thinking about using the soccer space or something cool.
Okay, I am going, because we're just going to have like 10 more minutes, and then there's a march, and also this has been long enough, and it's going to happen again tomorrow. I would like for people to break off into work streams, right, where it's like, if you're interested in security, please hold each other accountable. Please create work streams for each other, and like start organizing amongst yourselves. If you're interested in, that has been mentioned by a few people, like creating more events and more schedule of like what else is happening here. Find those people after this meeting and create like a work plan. Get each other's phone numbers, get each other's emails, be in communication.
Got that? Okay.
All right, this is the text message. It basically says, okay, I'm listening to the scanners in West Seattle precinct has been marched on. Some kid just destroyed one of their cameras. They are sending a bike unit down there. Please be safe. And we asked West Seattle. Also, there is a march at 7 from Cal Anderson. Denny Park and West Precinct March are meeting up right now and doubling in size. Police are aware and sending out units. Be careful. Watch each other. Back each other up. Please. We are a community. All right? We're on the same page? We're on the same page. What lives matter?
Black lives matter.
What lives matter?
Black lives matter.
One more time. What lives matter?
Black lives matter.
And we stop the stupid. Oh yeah. I'm sorry for taking up 2 more minutes. At about 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning, I met with one of the heads of Seattle Utilities. They're the ones that provide our porta potties and our garbage bins. So it's kind of nice to pay them back and pick up our garbage. Number 2, she gave me a warning, and we need to be prepared. And I need volunteers. I'm not going to say what that warning is because I don't want to freak you out. But I need volunteers. I'm always at the chop shop. All right. Here's what she told me. And I was not happy about this. Number 1, they had a press conference without us. 1B, they said, or she said, they're sending them down tomorrow, the police.
Fuck the police!
They said this 2 days ago. They know we are aware. Now, but do not freak out. If you're going to stay, stay. But be prepared to protect your property. Protect yourself. And one more thing, and I want to make it clear. No violence.
Yeah, no violence!
Unless they touch you. No violence. We stand. We stand. I love you all, and I'm supporting each and every one of you. All right, that's what I'm here for. Support through security, through medical, whatever it takes. I'm here. Now I got to go deal with that. Thank you.
Just a really quick announcement about solidarity. Just real quick. Pull out your phone. My name is Samuel L. Beginner. I came here to speak truth and affect change. Who is that? I would like you all to add me on Facebook. I would like you to understand the journey I've taken to get to this point. It's all in black and white on my Facebook fucking page. And I want you to go back to before coronavirus started and then just start scrolling through that.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Reform 2020!
Alright, so I want to follow up with some other things that were said. First off, concerning the psychological warfare. As we know, there are a lot of people here trying to spread narratives of fear that the police are going to come and bring everything down and all this other kind of shit. And I've found that a good tactic to combat that kind of thing is to have these morale boosting activities. Like the other day, we formed a human chain around the police precinct building to show that we can organize ourselves and we can do things together. We can stand up to them. That's something that really needs to resonate within the community so people aren't afraid of these guys. It should be them that are afraid of us, not the other way around. Second, I want to speak a bit to the statement that was made about talking to black people and hearing their concerns, and I've been doing that pretty much the whole time I'm here, and I wanted to say, hey, not all black people are these like super liberal type, peace-loving, you know, non-radical types. Like, there are some really radical black voices in this community, and I've had the privilege of talking to some of them. So let me tell you. So there's this one guy who's at the Conversation Cafe a lot. He's not here right now. He goes by Warren. He started a Signal thread and put me in it, and we're discussing things like community defense. He brought up the idea of forming a gun club for those. Right. So, okay. So if anybody here is interested in a diversity of tactics that include a little more than just standing there as the police slaughter you, if you would like to defend yourself somehow, if you are okay with using guns for that, there is a Signal thread for it. Please come talk to me after this meeting about it. I'll let my friend know that you guys are interested. And if I could just speak about real quick, the Black Panthers, okay? Real quick, please, guys.
I have a direct response to that. I'll just say quickly, there was a bunch of programming that started as soon as the occupation began, and it was great and really hard to keep going. So if you have an idea for like the cultural activities, put them together.
We're going to only have 2 more people talk, and we're going to come back together and say right now. Nope? Okay.
Okay, as you go, my name is Coco and I go by them too as well. But yeah, there's been some heavy stuff going on, but I definitely think going back to creating culture and creating people coming together in unifying and solidarity and remembering what's going on too, with remembering this idea, because this is just a territory occupying. It is very vital and important, but carrying this idea everywhere, wherever we may go. And peace isn't passive. Going back to how they were speaking earlier about how all of us, even when it comes to security, all of us are participating in this motion. Everywhere in life we are participating. So peace isn't passive. We must break bread with people, hear their stories, see what is going on with folks, and be active with everything. Be active. Don't be just standing by and participating with people around you, with everything that's going on. And sharing ideas, sharing stories, remembering, again, solidarity of why what's going on, the idea of why we're here, and not just getting caught up in our own agenda, but the agenda of Black Lives Matter. And it's, again, peace isn't passive, and participating in that is showing love, compassion, giving a fuck about what's going on in other people, and not just standing by, but giving love to those people, and humanizing. We need to, a lot of arrogance and bigotry comes from lack of real life experience with people, so we need to experience, and this is quite an experience there. But part of me, again, I'm just nervous and social anxiety, but it's like, peace isn't passive, and love one another, and break bread, and hold space, and again, we're all part of this, and whether it's not security, but part of me, I'm just rambling, but love y'all and be well, be safe.
So Steven Crowder is a white supremacist YouTube guy. He has people live streaming here. They were walking around like 15 minutes ago. You might have seen them. We talked to them for a second. They had a camera. They lied to us. They said they had stopped recording, but you can look it up on their live feed. They were still recording. So their strategy is like pick off individual people and talk to them one-on-one and just like trap them in shitty debates and stuff. So just keep an eye on that. And play copyrighted music, but they are live streaming, so it won't instantly get rid of it. But YouTube will automatically shut it down. Yeah, play copyrighted music, it'll automatically shut down the YouTube live stream. Maybe. Cool. But yeah, just keep an eye out. If you saw those guys, one of them, he has like a C thing with the phone on it, and he will lie to you about if it's recording or not. You can check on the live stream. You can hear him say it's not recording.
Cool, so now we're going to reconvene, and note takers, hopefully the short-term security had a note taker, because keeping track of who would like to talk, and I need a timer. What sounds like a good amount of time, 2 or 3 minutes? 3.
2? All right. So you had your hand up first. I'm going to hand you the mic.
I'll do it. Hey, you want to do it? No, you want to talk? Come here, get on the list.
Okay, so firstly, I want to circle back to when I first got here, you guys were discussing people using in the area and using in chalk. I think we need to remember that a lot of homeless people live here and they are going to use drugs here because there is nowhere else for them to go. There are safe injection sites. They are open from about 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And what I propose, and it's something I've talked to with people before, especially now that all the medical team has left, right? We need to also work on coming up with some sort of new medical team and also some sort of safe injection site for people who are drug users. Secondly, on the topic of the police coming back, the police are going to come back. We don't know when. They're not going to fucking tell us. It is not going to be now during the day. It is not going to be in the morning. It is going to be in the middle of the night when there are far less people here, when people are drunk, on drugs, and people are fucking tired. And I think that's something we need to all remember. Okay.
Oh man, I'm really penis. Alright, most of you guys kind of know me as the snack man. This is like my first protest, and I also basically stayed out 24/7 since Westlake. I've been running supplies, kind of been at the front. I literally slept right there when the police night was going on. Sunday night I was barbecuing chicken at 4 a.m. for people. I was there when CHAZ was created Monday night at also 5 a.m. just barbecuing chicken for like almost everybody that was still here. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to say, I moved out. Most of the people that I've worked with, most of the people that I appreciated moved out, or at least that I saw. There's amazing people still here. The point that I'm trying to make is that the original enemies were the police, extremists, fascists. Those are not the people that we're fighting anymore. We're fighting aggressors, we're fighting drunk people. We have different and safety concerns that we're not equipped to deal with. And the people that we're most equipped to deal with, we lost partially due to threats to their family and media exposure. Right now, I think one of the best, most beautiful things to come out of CHOP is the kitchen and the garden and the food and the care for the people that show up every day. I would like the marches are great. I think those are separate. Yeah, I was there with the van, that's fair. Anyway, I think that's one of those beautiful things to come out of here. I think that they deserve and that they have the most right to try and possibly get some sort of solution where they get half the precinct, city funding, something along those lines, which then allows police to come back and have to literally face those same people feeding the homeless, feeding those same people that same care every day, and sort of give some of those good apples a chance to see, because it's really just, again, a matter of time before police wants to come at us.
What are you talking about?
I've met people that are caught in a bad system.
Let them speak.
I've personally met people that really had no ill intent, that were listening, that were misguided. That's it.
Warning to all the state operators in here, if you're taking government money to come in here and fuck up our meeting, we will find you. I promise you that. You're lower than a fucking cop. You're the biggest piece of shit on earth. If you are taking government money to come in here and fuck up our shit, you are the lowest piece of human scum on earth, and we will find you.
Just a quick reminder for security to look out for, and also we should ban any incendiary, fireworks, loud noises, stupid yelling, all kinds of noise. Make some real noise, not that kind of noise. No fireworks. 4th of July, my ass.
Hey, can we get a vote on that? Can we get a thumbs up on that, Dragon? Can we get a thumbs up on that, Dragon? We have
No
a
fireworks.
No fireworks.
No fireworks. You know why? I got people with PTSD. I got people that are vets. I got animals here.
Elderly folks.
We got children here. No fireworks.
No loud
And
noises.
anybody that comes in outside of our perimeter with fireworks, turn them around.
Sacred space. No loud noises.
Fire hazard.
So the Black Collective Voice, which is like one thing that has sprung up from this, and the Black Collective Voice is not representative of all Black voices in this experience by any means, and it's an open group. But I'm one of these voices, and I would really like to bridge the gap between like allied people and the Black Collective Voice and having communication. So, like right now with this meeting, right, you're just like, oh, we have all these good ideas and all these things need to happen, da, 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 da. I don't have the capacity to like get everyone's phone number and like keep up with what you're doing. But if you guys want to create work streams of people that are doing like one thing, this thing, or that thing, and then have one contact person who talks to me or Marcus or anyone who becomes part of the Black Collective Voice, that's how we can bridge the gap of like
Google
actual
pages.
communication. The reason that you need to know, where's Marcus? There you go, he probably left. Like my face, his face, hopefully, just so that we need to facilitate the ability of more people getting simple information about what's happening, right? So I do want to provide myself as like that one of the point people. That's it. Who else?
And I'm the only one doing security right now.
What?
I'm the only one doing security right
You
now.
are not the only one doing security, sir, but I'm glad that you are keeping
here with
people
you,
safe.
baby.
I got you, Bob.
Yeah, it's doing. I don't think I need this. Can you hear me? Anybody hear me?
Oh, now we can.
All right, here we go. I came out here from California, you guys, so I want to commend you guys first thing.
Love the
You guys have come a long way. All right, so we want to figure out how we got in this position. So does anybody know the actual definition of America?
Vikings.
Okay, Noah Webster's 1828 definition of America. The copper-colored races found on the shores by the Europeans, but not the descendants of Europeans today. That means the copper-colored people that you see today, if we made a mistake, unfortunately, we say BLM. I respect BLM.
I ain't fucking black.
But the thing about it is, though, we must have legal status. And in order to get your legal status correct, you must accept the fact that some of these things have been in word traps. And word traps keep us all separated as people. So take away all your word traps and let's get back to the original definition of things. Now, I can ask you the same questions I ask everybody else.
Speak up.
Chinese people are from? Russian people are from? Okay, here we go. Mexicans are from? Where are black people from? Hold on then. But this is not a debate. Again, I like to thank everybody out here for putting your lives on the line. Y'all all got lives. Everybody has something to do. Everybody has taken the time out of their lives to be here. So I want to give you that respect first. I don't want this to come off incorrect. But unfortunately, due to the Dred Scott decision, they never made blacks a member of the United States Corporation. And I say the United States Corporation because ever since 1933, America has been bankrupt. We have taken away the gold standard, and you have fiat currency in your pocket that it says U.S. debt note. This is nothing but a trap. So since you do that, dig deep enough, they give you a surface bullshit answer on everything. And it keeps everybody at each other's throats. Because we are miseducated. Because of the educational system that we've been given is not an educational system. is an indoctrinational system.
Yep.
I will look at you and have a problem. You will look at me and have a problem. You will look at her and have a problem. You will look at him and have a problem.
And that's racism.
We all are going through this. It's not just one town. Like again, I'm from California. This is everywhere. This is everywhere. Everybody has been miseducated. So let's dig deep. Use Google. Use these things. Look for a form called the SF-181. On this SF-181 form, you will find the definitions of exactly what they call you guys. Fill your SF-181 out correctly. If you denounce the word black, you will have legal status. It will give you a chance to go to court and be heard. The physical game that they're playing on you is they send lawyers, they send teachers, they send educators, and they push one word, black. What color did you wear to a funeral? What color is a black limousine in a funeral? Black, right? Black represents death. So they're pushing death. Forget the skin color. These are legal statuses. Black and white are legal statuses, nothing else. They're not skin color. We are all people stuck on this planet together. Let's all educate ourselves. Let's all get to the point we need to get to. The more education we have, the less walls we'll have. The more education we have, the less walls we'll have. I can't make this clear enough for you. If you're educated as I am, as my children are, as my mate is, you will be educated to the point to understand that this zone right here that you have taken over, you can take over this entire damn city. This whole damn city is y'all. You can do way more. The police station is just a speed bump. You have way more power than you imagine. So use this Google, use Bing, whatever you have to use. Find out what your legal status is. Find out what game they're playing, because this is a real life Monopoly game. No, it's Monopoly. It's Monopoly. Trust me, it's Monopoly. Because if the money is not real, you work all week for a piece of paper. You take that piece of paper to a bank, they give you more pieces of paper. You take those pieces of paper to a store, they give you a good. That store takes that same paper and puts it back in the bank. You work again for that one piece of paper. The rat trap continues. Use your mind. Think your way out of this jam. Use your mind. Think your way out of this jam. Don't just stop with the park. Continue it going. Don't just stop with the park. Keep it going. Not till Seattle is yours. Not till Seattle is yours. Do not stop.
Thank you so much for everyone who's speaking. There's still time for people to just talk for 2 minutes. Do we have a timekeeper?
I have a list.
You have a list? Do you have a timekeeper as well? Do we have a timekeeper? Can someone be the timekeeper? You can do it? Okay, let's go for 2.5 minutes. But if anyone has a direct announcement about like an event that's happening, or just an announcement that's like a quick, this is a moment.
What's up, Seattle? Hello, my name is Alice. I am hosting a Black Girl Picnic tomorrow evening at Lake Union Park at 6:30 to 9. So if anybody want to come for Black femmes, queers, trans, women, anyone wants to like come hang out. We're just gonna have hula hoops, frisbees, bring your own food, potluck. So it's just gonna be chill. It's gonna be healthcare focused. I made goodie bags. They're real cute. So come on out. It's tomorrow at 6:30. I do have the flyer. I can text it to you. Like Union Park. 6:30. Okay. Lake Union Park, 6:30 to 9. I have the flyer. I can airdrop. Am I struggling? Okay. This is COVID. Okay. 6:30, Lake Union Park until 9. It's going to be a BYOB potluck for Black femmes. Come on out. It's just going to be chill, self-care focused. I make goodie bags. And I have the flyer on my phone so I can airdrop or text it to you. I've got a hula hoop, so I'll be easy to find.
Hello, my name is Lolo. I go by Lo. I've been here for 2 weeks and I haven't said anything. I've been here since, actually I was here Juneteenth that night of the shooting. I was right over there. And I've been here cooking food for people, helping mental ill people, and advocating for sexual assault. Because there has been multiple instances of sexual assault. There have been rapes, there has been attacks, there has been kidnappings. I am not joking. My job before this happened was sexual assault advocacy because I have been assaulted multiple times. And if you want to know about it, I know a lot about it because it's happened 8 times. I've been raped 4 times. I'm very public about it because I want it to fucking stop. I'm pissed. And it happens to women of color 20% more than it happens to white women. I'm a white woman with blue eyes. It's happened to me 4 times. I can only fucking imagine how many times it's happened to a woman of color. So I'm here advocating for a society that we want to fucking live in. Additional information about me. I'm a sociology, psychology major. I am fucking educated. And I like to utilize my education, but as a white person, I've been silenced because of prejudice. And I don't appreciate that because I have valuable information to contribute to this movement to save it. I do not appreciate division because it's caused this harm to happen. When you have division in leadership, it causes allowance for crimes of this nature to happen. We need to unite, we need to have the same message, and we need to secure this perimeter. And we need to make sure that we're holding assaulters accountable for their behavior, because most rape cases, like 90% of them, get thrown out of court. Okay? Like it doesn't even go anywhere, doesn't even get investigated. So there is more times than not, when someone says that they've been raped, they're not fucking lying. When someone says that they've been almost raped, or they feel endangered by someone because they've been grooming them, like you need to fucking believe them. That's not something that people just lightly lie about. There's a reason why most rape cases go unreported. And it's causing mentally ill people to go, like this is why people become mentally ill, is because of trauma, okay? People lose their fucking minds because they've been tortured. This is why you see people in this park that cannot take care of themselves, okay? Because they've been assaulted, they've been abused and exploited. So if you want to take care of this movement, you should stay here and protect the people that are here all night long, enduring the dangers of what this reality is. Anyway, next person.
Thank you so much for that. All right, on this march, if possible, where are they now? They went that way. If you can march, march. Otherwise, does anyone have like a 1 minute, 2 minute thing to say?
Yeah, me.
5 o'clock tomorrow. 5 o'clock tomorrow. And also, please remember, like, the groups that you talked with. Find each other, get each other's phone numbers, contact information, make plans, organize.
I only have a minute, so I'm going to be really, really fast. I want you guys to go out there and talk about what you learned on Facebook and use a bunch of hashtags. I want you to be compassionate. I want you
So that was the People's Assembly format. I thought that worked out pretty well today. Seemed like that was structured pretty well. I heard a lot more different ideas because it seemed like people were kept a little more time bounded, and there's a couple boundaries in place, like announcements versus talks and time limits on talks. I'll go get an update on the art, and then maybe I'll go check out the garden. I'm not sure. still there. This one's amazing. Yeah, people are respecting this one too. No one's done any tags or anything on it.
Charging by the foot.
That's pretty cool over there. It's like some media stuff going on. Yeah, pissed to see how many people moved up by the police station. Cool. Yeah.